Hello everyone, this is Nāthan Theo Naicker from Speaker Astrology.
Hi everyone, and my name is Michelle from michellevoot.com.
And this is the first video in our Divine Guidance series where we're going to be combining astrological insights with channeled guidance for you for each full moon and new moon going forward. And today we're going to talk about the full moon that is happening on the 24th of July, 2021. And its influence and what we can do in the 2 weeks following it, leading up to the new moon period. In the southern hemisphere, the tropical zodiac signs do shift because it is a seasonal zodiac. So if you were born, let's say right now, we are in the middle of July, okay? Towards the end of July, we are here. The sun is we are about to go into the peak of winter here in South Africa. And this is very much to do with the change of the sun sign from Capricorn to Aquarius. It's not the summertime and Cancer Leo for us down here. That is relevant for people in the northern hemisphere. So that is the context. We are flipping the signs for the southern hemisphere because it is seasonally defined. So we have a full moon in Leo, and that is effective for this period. And it is also joined by Saturn in that sign. And this speaks to us maybe feeling unsupported at this time. You know, we're not feeling recognized in some way. Maybe we're not recognizing ourselves in some way. We're not appreciating what we've done actually with all this time we've been working. And maybe you don't need the support from other people right now. Maybe it's just time for you to be that supporting role for yourself and to listen to yourself and honor your own journey and what you're doing. And honor, recognize how far you've come, in the last several months with what you're trying to do in your life. And focus on self-expression. Focus on self-expression at this time. Don't rush it. Give it its time. Take your time, in the morning, wake up to your affirmations, or take time in your day. If you're working at the office, take 5 minutes to just recenter yourself. And that will really help you to remind yourself about who you are and what you're doing here with the work that you need to do. A new way of expressing and showcasing yourself did emerge at the end of October last year. So go back and look at that, see what was happening around at that time in your life. What were you trying to put out there as yourself, that's affecting the sense of yourself, that's affecting your reputation, that's affecting how you're being seen by others and how you want to be seen by others, and what you're contributing as uniquely your contributions. So go back and look at that, because what this full moon is about is a larger expression of that. You've been called to a larger expression of that, but the only thing is you've got to stand yourself and declare it and do it. And it can be a very good confirmation point for you. For myself, last year in October, in those days, what was happening with me was I received invitations from major astrological organizations and teaching institutions to do talks, to do workshops. It was meant to just be one talk, that it became actually a workshop that was run over 4 months, and that's going to be repeated in November. And now we are doing these videos. I'm putting myself out there because I feel it is appropriate, and this is going to be a big thing. It's a big thing for me because I'm quite a private person otherwise. What was it like for you, Michelle?
I remember, I went back specifically, and I remember exactly the same time last year. It was the first renewal of the Reset Circle, and exactly this time this year is when the new way of working is due again, and it's find its way. So there's definitely a renewal in the Reset Circle, expressing itself differently. And even on the 23rd of October last year, you know, I had a calendar entry to revisit my strategy. And unbeknown to me, this morning, I had the exact same feeling to revisit and realign with it. So that's truly, truly so apt, you know, that it just happens for us, that confirmation.
Yes. And a
Yeah.
full moon is a manifestation of this. It's not that you and I have to go out there and be busy. That's not what a full moon is about. It's for you to step back and recognize that, there's a fullness of what
Yes.
was already started now happening in my life. And
Yeah.
to honor that and to be aligned with that and to let it happen and to let it happen. So it's not the time for like, putting in new ideas and all that. It's about just seeing what has happened with the flow since October. All the things you've done, all the things you've tried, all the things you put out there. Now it's a fullness of that expression in your life. Um, okay. And the second point is due to what is happening with Mercury here with Pluto and Neptune in the chart of the full moon, we needing to be open to receiving messages of inspiration, of overcoming fear and doubt and self-doubt, especially with the work that needs to be done. There's things that need to be done that may not be comfortable, but that are necessary for you to be able to become confident, to feel more connected to life, and to be able to express yourself better. So forget about the unrealistic timelines that are no longer serving you, that are actually a burden that you're carrying, and change, embrace the change of changing schedules, changing timelines, allow it to adapt. Instead of acting in that frustration because you can't control these things, focus on the few things that you are busy with that need your attention, and just focus on dedicating yourself to doing those things properly. And that is the way to move forward in these 2 weeks. And the last point has to do with Venus. There's a lot of very interesting things happening with Venus and Jupiter at this moment in time. And so we're taking time to remind ourselves of the benefits of the relationships, the better ways of enjoying ourselves that we are going to get to ultimately by doing what we have to do now, right? And by standing in our authority. So take inspiration from that and put time aside for fun and enjoyment when you can. Try out something new, surprise yourself, if you want to. You can receive help and friendly connections as well, as long as you are persevering with what you need to do right now. The help will be there in some shape, in some form for everyone.
This is so beautiful as to how it connects with the divine feminine energy, because it is about in the stillness, creation continues. We have to move within, like the whole first part of what you said, Nāthan, is really going deep within, go to the heart of the matter and remember what you have within. Don't be so focused on the external that you think that that is what is now created for you, as we've seen with the example. So move within, be still, create within, work with the beauty within, and then what is without will follow. So it's such an important time. The divine feminine is all about listening to your soul. It's about the wisdom coming through that is within you already. It's about very important time to trust your intuition and to trust your gut feelings about stuff. But if you're not quiet and if you're not within, you're not going to receive that. You're not going to listen. So as you said, let's not focus on the timelines and the external, but let us move within and let that just come out. Creation will still continue. Whatever you manifested will still happen, but you have to be in stillness so that you can get the guidance from your soul. Like, listen to your soul. in every moment. You have to go beyond the obvious. You have to go to the heart of the matter. And you have to be very honest about that. When you do that, you find a sense of patience, you find a sense of stillness, and then you will feel better about embracing joy and doing all those fun activities because you are busy sorting the heart out. And Mother Earth and Mother Nature wants to remind us to connect at that level, because that's actually our true nature. Our true nature is not this chaotic, detached, human being. We are in our true nature. It is that stillness, that's our source of strength, like the lion. So very, very important for us to face our fears. And Archangel Haniel, I must show you all this, is the archangel that can guide you through this period, the archangel of discernment, the archangel of strengthening and deepening your intuition. So if you want to improve on your plans, go within, listen to your intuition, and face your fears. A very nice exercise that you can do to face your fears is to call it. There is a principle that says what you hide most shows most. And sometimes, when there is a postponement of something, or something's not happening, or you feel in a certain way, we don't call it because we're scared of the judgment, or we're not feeling good enough, or we're doubting ourselves. So really be in that place where you pronounce them and you call them. I feel lazy at the moment. I am uncertain at the moment. I am demotivated. Like, call them. And once you call them, rest in that vibration. So what if I am fearful? What if I am doubtful? Just rest there. Feel it, receive it. And then you let your soul speak. And your soul will then bring you to that point of, but remember who you are. And you'll feel better about it. And then you will receive the guidance from your divine feminine on what to do next. But then you'll be in your truth. You won't make up all these excuses, partly part of the external world. And then even if the external world surfaces or provides a limitation or a stumbling block, you're going to overcome it because you're absolutely in your truth. And it's not going to feel as bad. So on a practical level, call your fears, rest in them, allow your soul to speak. And that's also why the affirmation for this week is be still. Creation continues. Be still, be within. Creation continues.
This is such an encouraging and heartwarming message, actually, that we're just not hearing outside enough. And so it bears remembering that it's time to do this for ourselves now. We have to do this. It's good to do it.
It's good to do it. And, it's good to face all these things on the inside, because sometimes we just have all these excuses and then we feel we're not progressing. But you are. Your true nature is progression. We just have to become still and patient inside to see that.
Yes. Well, thank you everyone for listening in, and thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
And wish you all a progressive 2 weeks, and we'll chat to you again at the new moon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.